LTT. What the hell's going on with this shit? Hold on, y'all. Yo, yo. All right, there we go. Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, so y'all heard DJ Akademiks react to the Saint and the Sinners video of him speaking about DJ Akademiks. Akademiks responded, went on his rant, and now we're going to react to the Saint and the Sinner responding to DJ Akademiks. So DJ Akademiks didn't really say much in his rant, a lot of surface level shit. Called him a bum, called him a dweeb, said he was broke, spoke about his numbers in relation to the Saint and the Sinner's numbers, said he was trying to do something that was bootleg, fresh and fit. And then he went off on another tangent and then spoke about a bunch of Manosphere content creators, and then he cooked Rollo Tomasi. But nothing real. He said he was in the Bronx apartment, which he got that wrong. He was in Las Vegas. Nothing too substantial in DJ Akademiks' rant. So let's listen to what the Saint and the Sinner has to say in response.
Oh, no audio. We gonna run that intro back, you dig?
Yes, it's the same shit happened to me. Same shit happened to me. It is what it is.
We got some work to give today. It's the big homie, the one and only, Fax Kellerman, Stephen A. PM, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. The one and only, none before, none to come. The big bad wolf. The idol of James Bond, Marquette Devon Burton, the Saint and the Sinner. And today we have looks like we got a funeral. Looks like we catching bodies today.
I don't watch his live streams often. Does he do this every time? Is that his intro?
Hey, check this out. I find it funny. I find it very funny that a guy with a face as fat as Akademiks would have the nerve to talk about me. I was just thinking to myself, he the only guy that go into the plastic surgeon and get liposuction on his goddamn face. We going in today. You see, he made a fatal mistake, a number of fatal mistakes. Number one was he usually talks greasy about rappers, right? These guys, they grew up not the brightest star in the sky, not the sharpest knife in the drawer. They got famous for doing mumble rap, but they brainless. So Akademiks talk crazy about them. People laugh. They can't defend themselves intellectually. But now he didn't encounter the wrong one. You dig? We gonna put him in his place today. Woo-wee! First off, what we have to do is we have to play.
Now, when it comes to Akademiks' history with rappers, I think Akademiks likes to practice a little bit of revisionist history because for the most part,
he got his ass cooked. He got cooked.
Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
other than the Freddie Gibbs situation, what did he really do to rappers? He got clowned by Vic Mensa, punked by the Migos. But let's get back into it.
His little, what he called a roast, 30 minutes of babbling. I'm not impressed. For someone who spent the last decade talking in front of a...
All right. I'm not going to stop this with too many comments. Unless it's a super chat, we got to stop it for super chats. We got to respect the super chats. But Felice Johnson says, Saint the Sinner's a clown. And every time he speaks, it's from a hotel. Let me guess, he's an international traveler, right? Fuck out of here. Well, he's currently live on his channel with 7 women in Europe. So I guess he really is an international traveler. But let's get back into this.
Camera, he's not very articulate. Seems to stammer a lot. You got a stuttering problem. We about to expose him.
Listen, y'all, I ain't here to cape for nobody, but I'm keeping it objective. We keeping it a stack out here.
I was trying my best not to roast him, to be honest with you, but it looked like he need this work. You dig? And I'm actually on holiday right now. I've been traveling Europe, man. It's actually inconvenient. I had to take a break from these bad bees to do this. He kind of messing up my Friday night, but it seemed like it needed to happen. Let's get to this work. First thing I want to do is this. I'm going to play you what he said so you can hear why I'm doing this. Now, mind you, I might have to do a roasting of myself because every time somebody try to roast me, it's terrible. Like I'm very underwhelmed. And it makes perfect sense because when someone's real, there's not a lot to say. You heard me? Let's get into it. Here's DJ Akademiks making his best attempt to be funny. Oh my goodness. This is DJ Akademiks making his very best attempt. Here we go right here. And go ahead and confirm that the audio is good when I start playing this.
Now, it sucks that I already reacted to DJ Akademiks dissing him because now I have to do a reaction of a reaction and watch the same shit all over again.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
This is despicable.
Maybe I'll just table that for next time. Anyway, there's some bitch ass nigga who really think that I must be playing with his ass.
Wait, first off, I want you guys to pay close attention to what he's saying here. First off, he said there's some, quote, bitch ass nigga. Well, where I'm from, we don't really use language like that unless we want some serious beef. So let me just set down a few ground rules, Akademiks. Number one, let's not call people bitches. You heard me? Let's keep it comical, keep it light, and keep it funny. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to mention your family members. I'm not going to mention your girls. Actually, I am. I am going to mention one of these slurs you've been dealing with because she's a disgusting slut bucket. So we're going to talk about her. Absolutely. You dig? But on a more serious note, I'm not going to mention your parents. I'm not going to mention your siblings. I'm not going to mention any female who's a legitimate woman that you're dealing with. So let's just keep it respectful. So I'm going to just give you just a warning. Don't call me a bitch, little buddy. You ain't of my caliber on any level.
Buddy.
On any level. And you know where I'm from, we shoot the friendly fade. You heard me? So if you ever want to come out to Vegas and shoot the friendly fade, I'll be absolutely willing to go in a boxing match with you. And I think you're like a little short. I think it's like 5'7", 5'6", little homie. But I tell you what though, bruh.
Now, Akademiks claims that he challenged Rosenberg to a boxing match and Rosenberg declined. So Akademiks, if you're talking shit about niggas and they're actually challenging you to the fade, I want to see him show up to the fade. Said friendly boxing match. I want to see this now. That's the thing I don't like about these civilian ass niggas. I don't know his history like that, Marquette's history. But I know Akademiks is a civilian who runs with a snitch that wants to talk shit to everybody online. It's the same Charleston White, same 6ix9ine bullshit. I'm not here for that. I don't like that shit. I don't like civilians talking tough to street niggas. I don't know if he's that, but just in general, he talks shit to anybody. He talks shit to people that are willing to take it there, and he's protected by this online veil. It's like people will see you in the streets.
We about the same weight though, because it looks like you're carrying a lot of weight, mostly in your face, but we can get it done.
I think something like a friendly boxing match keeps it out the streets, keeps any unnecessary violence, and it's just, you know, one-on-one, shoot the fade. I think if you're willing to talk tough, you should get in the ring and fight. That goes for anybody.
Anyways, let's listen to DJ Akademiks. Now, mind you, listen at how delusional these boys get. The internet get him hyped up. He start feeling like a tough guy. He didn't call me a bitch ass nigga. You want to see what a bitch ass nigga is? I'm gonna go ahead and play some footage in a little bit. You're gonna see several people talking directly to Akademiks, saying the most wild, foul stuff. And what is Akademiks doing? Sitting there like a hoe, smiling and giggling. It's disgusting. Calling me a bitch though. It's crazy. Carrying on.
let me look this shit up real quick. Let me look it up on screen. Like, I like to do this just to let niggas know I don't be playing around when it's coming to this online shit, man.
That's another thing. Niggas get a little bit of money, they get the numbers, and all of a sudden they think there's something they're not. Money doesn't make you a real nigga all of a sudden. It doesn't erase your history. It's like a girl getting in a relationship and thinking her whole history is erased. Oh, someone's claiming you now, so no, it's temporary. But let's get back into it. We're not gonna make that analogy. It's pretty bad right now.
This guy is a funny nerd. You could tell that he lives in an alternate reality. He's sitting there in a gaming chair, in a video gaming chair, talking about, I got to tell niggas I don't play around when it comes to this on this online shit. He's like in his virtual reality world. This is the kind of guy that doesn't go outside. So in his virtual reality world of internet land, he feels like he's a big guy. He even calls himself Big Ack. How you Big Ack and you 5'7"? Come on, bro. How you Big Ack and you let Soldier Boy talk reckless to you? Soldier Boy is about the size of a meth head. What? You let Big Draco talk crazy to you and you ain't do nothing? Come on, bro. You ain't on my caliber. You's a crazy boy, but we gonna talk about it. And just side note, DJ Akademiks. They call him DJ Akademiks. I think this is a curious name. And you know what? When you first had my name in your mouth, people said, you should let stuff go. I said, nah, you could let stuff go, but me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect. So here I am. And this is just a warning. You see, because I'm on my holiday right now. See, you need to do your research and then apologize. So I'm going to give you 5 days, DJ Akademiks, to apologize. If you don't apologize, then I'm going to give you the most blistering roast that has ever been seen on the internet. And I got classics. You dig? Look them up.
I'm going to keep it a stack. I don't see him apologizing. I don't think threatening him with a roast is going to make him apologize. He's going to keep going.
I just want to know, how do you call yourself academics? An academic is someone who does their homework. You should have known not to test me. And there's a lot of things about you that don't add up. By the way, peep the wordplay. Academics, homework, don't test me, things don't add up, math. I hope you guys get it. Anyways, carrying on. I just want you guys to remember, as we listen to this, notice that he's just lying, which isn't surprising because he's friends with Tekashi Snitch 9. He's proud of it. So how can you trust a person like this to have integrity when they hang out with people who have none of that? I mean,
that's exactly what I'm saying. You can't get online and talking about you're a real nigga and you're running around with a snitch. Oh, that's your friend. Chest out. A real nigga?
Hell no. Trash ass nigga.
Birds of a feather flock together. He hangs out with a cold liar. Somebody who has people in the pen doing 10 for no good reason. And that's your buddy. Yeah. Let's hear what this fat fella has to say.
Yeah. Boy, you want attention, nigga. You want attention, you got it, nigga.
Good.
All right, so let me give you a little quick, some quick, bring y'all up to date.
If this is not a stuttering nigga right here, listen to it. He said, "Let me give y'all some quick. Let me bring y'all up to date." This fat stuttering dumb fuck. Listen here. This is what bothers me about a guy like this. He can barely articulate himself, and if you want to talk about fraudulent and phony, which he mentions during this little talk, I'm perplexed, and I'll tell you why. How fraudulent is the following? Number one, I'm a real man. I go by my whole government name, Marquette Devon Burton, and I stand on that. And that's a name that's pristine across these United States of America and around the world in a real way. But DJ Akademiks, as he calls himself, do you guys know that his name is Livingston Allen? Kind of fucking nerd. I'm just wondering, what kind of nigga you know is named Livingston Allen? Livingston. And also, side note, a lot of these guys.
Nah, I actually have a nigga named Livingston. Shout out to Livingston, yo.
Masquerade as African Americans. They masquerade under our culture. He ain't African American. He's actually Jamaican. Yeah. He was born and raised in Jamaica. And here's a funny thing, too, about Livingston Allen. Livingston.
Whoa. Hold on. What is this guy about to say? What is he about to say? I'm Jamaican, too. I wasn't born in Jamaica, but I'm Jamaican, too. So what's he going to say? Hold on, y'all.
Livingston, he born and raised in Jamaica, which would mean you would have a Jamaican accent, right? Am I wrong? The pussy boy should have a Jamaican accent. I'm sure his mommy and daddy told him, you don't fuck with the saint in the center. The saint in the center, he's a real rude boy. Now, he should have a Jamaican accent because he was born and raised in Jamaica. He didn't get to America until the 7th grade. You heard me? And I grew up in Los Angeles. I went to LAUSD for elementary school. All my slang, my culture, my manner of speech come from LA. That's where I'm from. So how in the hell use a Jamaican, but you ain't got no Jamaican accent? That's because you're a flip-flopping kind of guy. You came to these United States of America, got an African-American culture, tried to become one of us. But that's not what you are, little buddy. You speak with that Jamaican accent, my nigga. Be who you really are before you start calling people frauds. And, oh, we gonna talk about it. Yeah, we gonna talk about it. Pussy boy. He's a pussy boy.
Yo.
I hope it, I know his mom and dad like, we going in today. Look, it's so much information. It's overwhelming. I'm trying to fly to all these European countries. You heard me make my moves. And then this little nut come up, man. Did you guys know that I'm sitting on a plane, right? I'm looking at this YouTube video I was sent. And in the YouTube video, DJ Akademiks says that I'm broke. Now, I found this funny because I'm thinking he going to have to take back the words that he said because I was on a private jet when I was hearing him say this. Now, how that add up? Moreover, how is it that you got a guy who never leaves his basement, DJ Akademiks and the rest of the internet? You got a guy who never leaves his basement. And then you got me. I'm on my second trip to Europe within the span of 2 months. And I'm doing it big boss status. Helicopters, private jets, Monaco, Grand Prix, the whole nine. I'm broke. This guy's not even living in reality out here. So how can you trust anyone who says things that are so clearly ludicrous? Man don't even know how to do a Google search, but he's an academic. Oh, DJ Akademiks about to get educated today. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's hear from him. Let's hear the nonsense.
Everything. I love when people go at me to send third. Bro, I've been in this game for like 12, 13 years, man. Like, I still don't let no nigga get no up on me, no matter what. Whether it's a Peter Rosenberg, Adesanya and Miro, them two clowns, Ruri and Millie Moore. I put them niggas.
Can someone tell me why this motherfucker can't get some lighting? Why he's sitting in this dark ass basement? Why this boy sitting in this dark ass?
Now, one thing I give Akademiks used to just get clowned and roasted and take it like a little bitch. And then he wanted to, stand up for himself a little bit. So he went at Rory and Maul. That was entertaining. Desus and Mero fell off under their own lack of viewership and ratings on TV. So that was something different. But let's get back into this.
As basement in a video gaming chair. Looked like right before he logged on to do his live stream. Why he's sitting in this dark ass basement? Why this boy sitting in this dark ass basement in a video gaming chair? Looked like right before he logged on to do his live stream, he was looking at Brazzers.com in this dark ass room over here talking to Pamela Henderson, his girlfriend. I mean, this guy's ridiculous. I mean, he's a millionaire, got all this money. He can't get a goddamn studio light? Oh, man. Or a gym membership? Come on. This guy's ludicrous. I can't believe he believes his lies.
He's a dirt. We're not about to just sit here and just let niggas kind of go crazy on us. Anyway, there's some bum ass nigga right now, right? So this bum ass nigga, I had to do like a 20-minute research on him because I didn't know who he was. Nigga sent it to me. I'm like, what?
Real quick, I just want you guys to pay close attention here. Pay close attention to the lies. Number one, he said, someone sent me the video of the sinner. I didn't know who he is. Now that's a lie. Because your best buddy, as you say, is fresh. So you know who I am. In fact, I was one of the first major guests to go on Fresh and Fit. You know who I am. Don't lie. And I want you guys to observe the lies because he repeatedly says, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who he is. That's because his strategy is an attempt to minimize me. You heard me? But I'm the talk of the internet. Yeah, I'm your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. When you hear some real game, it's probably something somebody heard from me and repeated. Yeah. And here, check this out. Here's the other funny thing about him. How is it you never heard of me, but you seem to have heard my video really quickly? You thought I was important enough to respond to, and I'm going to tell you why he responded. And then you mentioned Myron, and I'm gonna let you hear from his mouth, but you mentioned Myron. Now, Myron had heard of me, and in fact, he called into my live stream to give me my due respect before they started Fresh and Fit, right? So if he called in and Myron was a fan of mine, how you gonna go on this stream and say that I copy Myron? Come on, bruh. That don't make no damn sense. He called into my live stream saying, hey, I'm a fan of your work. And then I went on his show. So that's just ludicrous, right? You're telling them lies, they're going to catch up with you, young boy. Now you're dealing with a chess grandmaster of superior intelligence. In fact, everything's superior. We're going to go through it. Carrying on.
Who? So there's some bum ass nigga named Saint and Sinner. I don't know who this lame ass nigga is.
Mind you, call me a bum again. I mean, this is crazy. I think I linked my Instagram in the description. And just if you guys want to see what's real, I do the things you can't fake. You heard me? You can't fake being in a helicopter. You can't fake being at Monaco for the Grand Prix. You can't fake taking private jets. You can't fake visiting over 58 countries.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
I gotta stop him right there because Bow Wow did half of that list. Bow Wow, oh actually no, he got caught, so never mind, he was right.
You can't fake doing business with the Chinese government, the Puerto Rican government, and the South Korean government. You can't fake those. You can't fake advanced degrees from top 20 world-ranked universities. You can't fake the things that I do. He's not on my level on any level. You can't fake being personal friends with Mayor Bloomberg. You can't fake being personal friends with the governor of Virginia, being personal friends with the mayor of Baltimore, more than one of them. Yeah, we gonna get into it, bruh. He way out his league right now, talking about he did research. He ain't do research, but carrying on. And mind you, he keeps on lying, saying he don't know who I am.
Now, he's right. He didn't do research because these are all Googleable things that you could find within 20 minutes about the Saint and the Sinner. So let's get it.
Little buddy, not only do you know who I am, I'm your worst nightmare. And now it's come to fruition.
But I gotta remind niggas that they shouldn't be speaking on me. A bum ass fucking dweeb like you shouldn't be speaking on me. And let me just get
Wait, did DJ Akademiks call me a dweeb? Let's have somebody do a little bit of research. And I pray that somebody who went to high school with DJ Akademiks steps forward. If you went to high school with DJ Akademiks, please step forward. But let's take a few primary sources. You heard me? Let's hear what DJ Akademiks says about himself. He said that I'm a dweeb. Now, just side note, my background. Dweeb, when we think of this word, we think of people who are nerdy, losers, not socially accepted.
Facts.
How could I be a dweeb? I grew up in Los Angeles. I was president of my middle school. I went to Omega High School in Los Angeles, one of the big ones. And I was voted Mr. Irresistible by the females. You heard me? I was voted best smile and best dressed in a LA high school. I'm like getting multiple things in a big high school. It's like I'm repeatedly the guy. Dweeb, that don't add up, little buddy. Oh, yeah, and I was off the porch while your little weird ass was in your basement, playing video games and checking out Pamela Henderson all day. Dweeb, how are you sitting in a video gaming chair calling someone else a dweeb? These boys live in an alternate universe. It's like up is down and left is right. And I even heard DJ Akademiks say that he's a real nigga. If you're a real nigga, I don't want to be a real nigga. If you're a real nigga, Tyler Perry's a real nigga. If you're a real nigga, what is a real nigga? Don't sign me up for that. What? Come on now. Oh, we gonna get into it. Now let's hear what DJ Akademiks. Let me go ahead and cue this video up for y'all.
All right. Got to keep it a stack with y'all real quick. Some of the things that he boasted about were kind of dweebish. That the high school shit, the best, whatever. I can't even remember what he said, but some of the shit I kind of cringed when I heard it. I was like, "What the fuck, nigga?" But his definition of a dweeb seems accurate. But some of the things he listed were kind of. I don't even want to go back because it's a long ass reaction, and I never heard most of this before. So this is like a first time on air reaction. Akademiks definitely qualifies to be a dweeb. He's rich, he's famous, he's successful. He's one of the top media sources in hip hop, still a dweeb. It is what it is. Video game chair, I get the point. Like, the video game chairs are much more comfortable than like one of these office chairs that I'm in. And if you're a streamer, a lot of the streamers are in video game chairs. So I get why they're in the video game chairs. Most streamers are. But let's get back into it.
Pause that one. And let's hear about what DJ Akademiks says about himself. He called me a dweeb when I was always the coolest motherfucker around. You heard me? Yeah, put your jackets on. But let's hear what he says about himself as he.
Now, I don't like when Akademiks said he's a real nigga. I don't like when this nigga says he's the coolest nigga around. I don't like when niggas do that shit. That shit makes me cringe if we keep into the stack.
Was growing up. Let me find this clip. I got a lot of clips lined up. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. The title of this video is called Nobody Accepted Me in High School. What? The title of this video is called Nobody Accepted Me in High School. Is that what the Saint in the Center, Marquette Devon Burton, says of DJ Akademiks, aka Livingston Island? Livingston. No, that's what he says about himself. Yeah, nobody accepted me in high school. Boy, we cut from different cloths. I was the fucking man in high school, boy. And you was a goddamn loser. You reinvented yourself. You ain't on a level like this. I've been winning my whole life. You was a bum, boy, and you got low self-esteem, and we gonna expose you. And if y'all wondering, I heard people in the comments. In his comments, everybody was saying, bro, you're about to get blown out, which is factual. I had to take a little bit of time out of my vacation to do this. But here, check this out. This is the crazy thing. You're like, why would he respond to somebody who has so few subs compared to Big Ack? Well, the reason is because the things that I said about him, they hurt him. And the reason they hurt him is because he has low self-esteem, because he was always a loser. Let me give you a little bit of commentary on human nature. For example, when people make fun of me, I laugh with them. If they get off a good-ass joke, I'm going to laugh because I secretly kind of enjoy being made fun of. And the reason is because when I was young, no one ever made fun of me. No one ever fucked with me. No one ever looked at me like, yeah, we want to bully that guy. We want to fuck with that guy. That never happened. So I never got made fun of. So it's fun for me. It's fun. But a guy like this, he was picked on as a kid, little fat face fucker, little fat face fucker, little silly bastard. He was picked on, so he's sensitive. He has low self-esteem. He tries to pump himself up with his words. But when someone like me speaks the truth, it reminds him of reality. Not the internet things he fakes, but who he really is. When he looks in the mirror and he sees that fat face and he looks at his teeth and there's that slight gap in the middle, which is probably true. He did grow up in Jamaica because that's some third world shit. You can get some goddamn braces, my boy. We got Invisalign. Can somebody get this nigga an Invisalign? He said he's a millionaire. Get that fucking teeth pulled together, my boy. So you got these fat ass fucking cheeks. You got a gap in the middle of your teeth, huh? And then you got this beard, which let me tell you something about DJ Akademiks' beard. That's actually fake. He had that hair transplant stuff. And we can see the photos from before when you would see that he didn't have facial hair here. And another thing I want you guys to notice about DJ Akademiks, he's always wearing a hat. And I heard from reliable sources that he has an alopecia issue. So he has bald spots all over. And he's Beijinged it and had a hair transplant to cover it up. And so knowing that his hair ain't quite right, that's why he's always wearing a hat. Check it out. He's indoors in his own little basement studio wearing a hat at home.
All right. We got to stop it. I'm in my own studio, in my own crib, wearing a hat. I don't suffer from none of that shit. These braids are just old. Y'all see me without the hat on here. When it comes to the beard shit, now that shit's weird. What do you mean hair transplant in the beard? I know people use hair blackening, or not hair blackening. What the fuck is hair blackening?
Get him out of here!
Hair dye for their beard because they got grays and shit, and then some people like Beijing to fill it in and shit. But transplanting the beard, what the fuck is going on, man?
All day, every day, always in a hat? Yeah, yeah.
Now, I can't take that for face value. I don't know if that's true. But let's get back into this.
Check him out. And another thing you need to know about DJ Akademiks, think about the nature of a guy who said what he said about me. When you listen to his roast, which we're going to play, he didn't really say anything of consequence. You see, he skipped over the things that you would say straight away, right? Like, I look better than you. He ain't say that. He know better than that. He didn't say, I get more hoes than you because I got more hoes than clothes, and it shows, you dig? He didn't say anything reasonable. He didn't say I'm more educated, I'm more articulate, I'm more accomplished. None of the above are true. He said, I got more views than you. I got 10,000 views.
I think he said he was more accomplished. I think that's what he was bragging about the most, saying he has more money, he has more views, he has more clout. I think that was his primary attack point.
Views a week. That's cute, my dear boy. You sound like an Instagram thought. You living your life for the likes. I'm the money man. You heard me? I'm about the bread. And the internet doesn't make me money. I do this in between living my life. You dig? YouTube and the internet is his life. Now let's hear about what little Livingston says about himself, little loser.
So anyway, my mom, teacher, father, principal. I didn't know this. We had no life.
He's a fucking schoolboy. Number one, you're a fucking schoolboy. You shouldn't even bring up people like me, man. I'm your superior. God wanted me to be your superior. Think about how you should hate God, Akademiks. I'm going to tell you why. You should be an atheist. This is why. God created me and he created you, right? He created me, made me tall, good-looking, intelligent, athletic. Created you, made you short, fat, stuttering, and of modest intelligence. You should hate God for that because he just made you inferior in every way. And that's why you're so angry. Because a guy like me, I'm a boogeyman to people like you because you're like, damn, he was the cool kid in school and he's smart. I know it sucks. Yeah, we gonna talk about it. You little fat bastard. He's a schoolboy. Said his mom was a teacher, his dad was a principal. And he was a nerd and stayed at home all the time. Let's hear it.
All we did was just like bookwork.
Yeah.
As a kid, that was just normal though. We didn't know. I used to believe I was gifted with being smart, not realizing, no, nigga, you just never went outside. All you were doing is schoolwork. So of course you're gonna get fucking A's. Like you've been just like killing shit, right? So I come over to the US and I remember like even going to high school and my mom was just always honest about grades. And it was just basically kind of like an overtone, like, yo.
See, now this is helping you understand who Akademiks really is. He grew up as a sheltered little boy in Jamaica. Yeah. And his mommy and daddy sheltered him and kept him inside and made him keep his nose in the books, which gave him diligence, which is important because he's fat and ugly. So he has no natural advantage in the world. He's never been in a situation where people just naturally favored him. So he had to scrape and scratch for everything that he got. And then when he looked at people like me who have a natural advantage, he hated and he was envious. And then that makes sense for what he ended up doing for a living, right? Which is becoming a critic. He's a critic, which is to say that he doesn't have talent. He critiques people who do have talent. And to me, that's not really impressive. I mean, you could be Kobe Bryant or you can be Stephen A. Smith, which is to say you can be in the game or you can talk about the game. And DJ Akademiks, all he does is talk.
I got to stop him right there. They're both extremely talented. R.I.P. to Kobe. But Stephen A. Smith is extremely talented. That's why he gets paid millions to do the job he does, commentating and giving his commentary on sports. So there's that. But you got to look at the ball player with a little more admiration than the person that speaks about it. I get that point.
Talk about the game. And somehow he thinks he's a big deal because he's a commentator. He's a fucking loser. And he thinks he's an important person on the planet Earth. I just want to give you a heads up, DJ Akademiks. I highly doubt you've changed anyone's life with your work. In fact, I think you've caused great damage. I assure you, no one is about to write you a letter like, Dear DJ Akademiks, I just want to say that, you're my idol and you've changed my life because I love to hear your commentary when you're roasting people who have more talent than you. Yeah, nah, you've not changed anyone's life. And in fact, last I checked, when you were speaking about the violence going on in the Black community in Chicago, and you were airing all of these beefs that were in the streets, making them public, you were actually driving the violence and death. And a lot of people in Chicago and a lot of Black people don't mess with you because of that. And when we got organizations like Black Lives Matter angry at the police, they should be really angry at the likes of a DJ Akademiks who drives warfare among blacks.
That's why Nipsey didn't fuck with him. That's why Nipsey dissed him when he was alive. R.I.P. Nipsey. He dissed him because of that shit. But at the end of the day, these niggas do it to themselves. These niggas do it to themselves. You see every rapper now clamoring to get an Akademiks interview because they see the numbers. So they don't really give a fuck about character and none of that. They don't care about the niggas that died in the streets. They don't. People just look at the numbers. Like, okay, Akademiks he's hot. He has all the numbers right now. His podcast is doing big. The rappers are going over there. There's no integrity in the game, so they got to live with that. It is what it is.
And the spilling of black blood. You's a dirtbag, boy. Yeah. And I want you to know that you should be ashamed when you try to compare yourself to someone like me. First off, you try to compare yourself on the sense of money, saying I'm broke, which everyone knows is a lie. You can simply Google my name. It's very clear that that's a lie.
Yo, what happened to back then when you brought up numbers and you brought up money in a beef you lost? Remember those times when it's like, yo, you niggas is arguing about character and who's doing what? It wasn't just strictly off of numbers and money. You brought that up. It's like, okay, you lost the argument. What are y'all debating about? That's how it was. That's how it worked for ABBA and Preach and Fresh and Fit. That's why they got washed. That's why Fresh and Fit got washed against ABBA and Preach initially. Because they brought up money and they brought up stats and they brought up numbers instead of the argument. But let's get back into it.
I mean, after all, I just got off of a private jet in my sixth country in Europe in like 3 weeks. I mean, what are we talking about here? But more importantly, let me tell you about some people who actually go outside. Think of me as an average person, right? Meaning that DJ Akademiks is this internet generation nerd kid, right? Everything he knows and thinks is on the internet and on Instagram. He lives his life for the gram. When DJ Akademiks was doing all this internet nerd shit, I was starting my first... You know why they're calling up? Give me 1 sec. Hello?
Nope.
Significant number of their parents were absent. I'm trying to get his YouTube pop. Jay. Anyways, he's an internet nerd. And so when he was doing all this internet stuff, trying to get his YouTube popping and all this stuff, I was a teacher in Baltimore City, teaching poor black kids who a significant number of their parents were absent. 10% of Baltimore City's population is on heroin. That's what I was doing. So when you got a guy like Akademiks who'll talk about people like, oh, so-and-so's not famous, so-and-so's not rich. Oh, by the way, my money game is strong. But I started my career teaching black children in impoverished Baltimore. That changes lives. The shit you doing is garbage, buddy. When you die, you will be forgotten. Your life means nothing. Your commentary on music, it's garbage. The people who made the music impact lives. You just talking about the music being entertaining. I just want to drop them facts on you. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Little fat buddy. Little fat-faced chipmunk lip boy.
We're sending you to college to become like something esteemed. We want doctors and lawyers. And for any immigrants that's listening to this, you'll know that feeling. The family wants doctors, lawyers, dentists. They don't want you going to school. Like, I've heard the story a million times of my mom tell me, hey, now that I've been slapped with reality pressure.
This dude is so fucking boring to listen to. Now, let me tell you guys, and pay close attention to this, and send this to DJ Akademiks. This is an important clip. Hey, Akademiks, you have no story. What I mean by that is your life has there's no plot line to it. There's no climax. You were a sheltered little boy and you've been on the internet your whole life. The reason that you're ever interesting is because you're talking about other people who are interesting. When you're talking about yourself, it's a sleeper. I just played 20 seconds of you talking about yourself and there's nothing to talk about. Yeah, my mom was a teacher. My dad was the principal. I'm an immigrant. All I did was stay in the house and study. Sleeper. You're boring. So when you're on your live chat talking about, I'm Big Ak, I don't need Fresh and Fit. Bro, you need everybody. You're not a content creator. You're a vulture. You can only talk about music other people made. You can only talk about hip hop news that other people were in those events. When you're talking about the current events, it's the current events of another man's life. When you're talking about your life, it's boring. When you're talking about yourself, it's boring. You have no life. You've done nothing. You couldn't write a book on your life. You are a nobody, sir. Yeah. I mean, this shit is a sleeper. I'm going to just play it because I'm trying to get to the point where he says people in high school didn't accept him. He tries to blame it on the fact that he was a Jamaican immigrant, but in reality, it's not because you're a Jamaican immigrant, because there's some fly niggas in Jamaica. It's because you're you. You're a weird-ass nigga named Livingston. That's why people didn't fuck with you.
There's no, hey, okay, well, if I don't turn into something, I could, no.
Now, I have to say, I don't agree with this assessment on Akademiks' value to the industry, because Akademiks does break a lot of stories and break a lot of hip-hop related news that does have a value in the industry. That's why he is where he is, and that's why he's worth millions. So I disagree with that point. Everything else, you let that rock.
Doctor, fuck it. First year.
This nigga's so boring.
But I knew nothing. Like, Jay-Z and Nas is beefing. And I remember.
Okay, here we go. Now he's talking about when he finally got to America. And then he learned the ways of the African American, and he tried to steal our fucking culture without ever giving us any credit. Man, it happens all the goddamn time. A lot of these charlatans walking around, you think they African American, but they really not. And you might say, well, he black, we black. No, it's different ethnicities, you dig? Like Italians don't pretend to be German.
I wouldn't play that game with the Jamaicans. I would not play that game with Jamaicans. I understand his points, but Jamaicans, I come from I have a different disposition because I'm in Toronto, clearly, and the culture definitely is heavily influenced by Jamaican culture. But hip hop was started by Jamaicans as well, so we can't forget the influence on the culture. But I get his point at large, so let's get back into it. When it comes to him specifically, Akademiks specifically.
German, they both white, but they don't pretend to be one another. You dig? Yeah.
Culture looked to me as the weird Jamaican kid.
Right, you sound a Jamaican accent at that point.
Wait, let me look, here we go.
You're pretty much, if you're in the same town, it's the same people.
Nah, fuck that.
My whole life I've excelled, academically. I want to be a doctor. Fuck it. First year, I ain't gonna lie, I fucking party like a motherfucker. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because in high school, no one accepted me.
Oh, poor boy. He said, in high school, no one accepted me. You was a fucking loser. I wish he would have also told us when he lost his virginity. I would bet my life that DJ Akademiks didn't lose his virginity till college. I will bet my life on that. And he just said no one accepted me. That means he was an outcast. These kind of personalities are deeply psychological. You see, they're.
Do y'all know the reason why I don't talk about my high school and my upbringing and that type of shit? It would be hella entertaining, but the reason why I don't specifically, because I don't want to have to deal with that damn homie in high school. You was the man, homie. The fuck happened to you? I don't want to deal with that type of shit. Because really and truly, I should be further.
Stop it. Get some help.
So I'm fuck the history. Let's move forward. Let's accomplish some shit now. But I just be waiting for somebody to try to, I'm gonna expose LT in his past. Oh my nigga, you're gonna make my legend much bigger. I'm just waiting for that shit. I don't want to get up here and be speaking about it myself, so people are like, oh, this nigga is just boosting. I want someone else to try to bring up some receipts, and they'll see the truth. But let's get back into it.
Rejected by the mainstream. So what they do is they hide who they really are. They watch cool people like me, and then they try to mimic us so that they can present themselves in a way that's more palatable to other people so that they can then be accepted. He's been seeking acceptance his whole life. Imagine if you've not been accepted all the way up to age 18, those are your formative years. That got to weigh deeply against his self-esteem.
And you know what sucks? When you know what?
He literally just admitted he was not accepted. Man, this dude didn't lose his goddamn virginity till late in life. It's a pity. Nigga, I lost my virginity because a bitch thought I was the coolest nigga around. For real though. In my high school, shorty just kept staring at me. I went and hollered at her, and she told me I'm that nigga and I can have whatever I want from her. You heard me? So I took that from her. I got mad V cards, you dig, in a real way.
Oh, yes. The camera loves your nastiness.
Man, you stupid bitch.
Hey, that's my real life. Carrying on.
Everybody knows from pretty much elementary school to high school, like you're pretty much, if you're in the same town, it's the same people. I came in around 7th grade. They looked at me and I never fit in. I had to assimilate to American culture. They looked at me as the weird Jamaican kid.
Right, because you started Jamaican accent.
Look, he just making up all these bullshit ass excuses. He said, I came in the 7th grade. Everybody else knew each other, so I couldn't fit in because I came in late. Nah, bro, I moved into a new neighborhood when I was in the 7th grade. And I remember them wolves didn't really like me just showing up out of nowhere. And it was a little bit unpleasant to start with, but eventually they recognized the big dog. That's the whole point of being an alpha male, is that the beta males will yield to you. But the thing is, he's a delusional fuck who thinks he's an alpha male, but in reality, he's a beta male. I mean, he damn near looks like a broad. Look at his fat ass fucking face, them titties he got. It's like he's getting fatter every minute. I looked at his Black TV interview that was 8 months ago, and he just did one last month, and he got fatter in between them. I mean, it's ludicrous. Yet he thinks that he thinks he compares to me. I mean, this is outrageous. What chick would fuck him? Fat stinking nigga with this raggedy ass beard. He got the free. Come on.
Accent at that point?
Well, not really, but I knew nothing. Like Jay-Z and Nas is beefing, and I remember everybody having conversations. And I'm like, what the fuck going on? I don't know. I'm thinking about Beanie Man and Bounty Killer. You get me?
How come I don't hear a Jamaican accent when you speak?
My oldest.
Can you bring it out? Can I hear the Jamaican academics?
You can't talk it to me when I'm talking.
This nigga's a fucking fraud, man. This is a fake ass nigga. This is the kind of guy that, you know, when he's around certain people, he acts a certain way. Nigga done switched up his whole shit. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yo, if you live in Toronto, you know about this. There'll be Yardman around, and then once the Yardis are around, all of a sudden the regular speaking niggas all of a sudden try to put on the accent. They try to put on the patois. I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm gonna feel like that and look stupid, so we ain't doing that.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Anyways, let's go back to his roasting of the saint and the sinner. Let's hear what he says, this pathetic little fella. A lot of projection here too, and I want you to really understand how his psychology has developed him into the psychopath that he is today. For example, you heard his first identification with the African American culture. He says, when I showed up as a Jamaican immigrant in the United States among the black kids, they're talking about the Nas and Jay-Z beef. I didn't know anything about this beef that was centered on these two musical artists. So clearly his understanding from an intellectual perspective is that the African Americans circle around music. So he thought, okay, well, music is how I become accepted among these people. Music is what the cool kids are talking about. So you see how he ends up becoming a commentator on music? You see how that lines up? He found that as a way to get acceptance. Little fucking nerd, I could read you glass, bro. You transparent to me, little buddy. Little weird ass nigga, man. And we gonna show you some more footage. I got a lot coming up. Because we're going to show you some clips with some rappers talking crazy to him. Soldier Boy talks so reckless to him. Some other cat from Chicago told him to his face, I think you're a bitch. What?
Vic
and
Mensa.
I want to slap you dead in your face.
Yeah, Vic Mensa did that to him.
I don't think I could sit there and just let somebody tell me that to my face. I don't think I could do it. Yeah, no, I don't think I could. Yeah, here we go. Let's get back to DJ Akademiks. This is when he thought he was roasting me. This is comedy. Here we go. Here we go.
Straight to what these niggas is talking about. Let me see if I can get to the shit. Anyway, so this bum ass nigga right here, you see this nigga right here above me with a bald head? Broke his shit, bum. Straight up. And you know when I say that.
Real quick, I want to let everybody know I am the bald head lover. You dig? I am the bald head lover. I keep on getting these calls. Give me a second. You guys. So DJ Akademiks, he's downstairs. All right. Sorry about that. We got a lot going on. Oh yeah. So I want to point this out to you guys. So DJ Akademiks, he just says petty things. He's like, oh, this bald head, bruh. Man, I cut all my hair off every day. But here's the thing. Look at my pretty white teeth, man. Look at these perfectly sculpted eyebrows that grow like that. God wanted me to be pretty, man. Come on, man. Look at this jawline right here. DJ Akademiks ain't seen his jawline
Yo, pause, son. What is going on here, man?
ever. This nigga's never had a jawline. So it's like, bro, you ugly. What you talking about me for? You ugly, bro. And I really got to appreciate it because, man, you got to be a pretty motherfucker when the worst thing somebody could say about you is you're bald head. I am bald head, clearly. Now tell me something interesting or funny. You heard me? Get off a good joke on me. That's what I like, man. I go to a stand-up comedy shows all the time. And I sit in the front row. Comedian look me up and down and just have to respect it, man. Come on. Who's a nerd, boy?
That you can't talk to me.
Wait, yo, what?
Shit getting out of hand now.
What did he say? Nah, man, nah. Nah, man. We ain't doing this.
Bro, comedian look me up and down and just have to respect it, man. Come on.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
My nigga, like, so you're going to a comedy show and they're respecting you so much they're not going to roast you at a comedy show? Come on, man. That was just a joke, obviously. It has to be. Let's get into this.
Nerd, boy.
That you can't talk to me. Bro, it's a little broke bum. I don't really know who he is. From my research, he's a lame nigga who is trying to pretend to be fresh and fit. He tried to copy their show. Nobody's fucking with him. The nigga look like a milk dud. Like, bro, we not fucking with you, bro. Like, I see a lot.
Now, mind you, this is the fourth time he said, I don't know who he is, which nobody on the internet believes that. DJ Akademiks, you know exactly who I am. I'm your worst nightmare. And I'm the one that's going to end your career and expose you. And we know you're watching right now, by the way, DJ Akademiks. Not only are you watching, you're not watching by yourself. You're watching with somebody else, and you're like hating and commenting right now because everything that I'm saying is hurting your heart, DJ Akademiks. Actually, let's call him Livingston. Livingston Allen. Yeah, use your government, little weird ass nigga. Who names a nigga Livingston? Nigga, you was meant to be a fucking nerd. Now, he says that the Saint and the Sinner's trying to copy Fresh and Fit. Well, this is another example of him being deeply dishonest. When you look at my page, I got a ton of videos there, and they're mostly lecture. Me sitting in front of you and speaking with expertise about a given subject, typically in business or relationships. And these are things I know well, and I have the fruits to prove it. So here's the funny thing. DJ Akademiks can't do that. See, what he doesn't realize is that he's privileged to be in the developed world. If you took a DJ Akademiks and put him in a retrograde economy, like say Albania, for example, I say that because I was recently in Albania, my last Euro tour. You got a retrograde economy like in Albania or something like that, Moldova, whatever you want to pick. His skill set is in making fun of people with more talent and acclaim than him. That's a skill set. Those are your business skills. Talking crazy on the internet. Oh, that's cute. Me, say you took me and put me in a Moldova or an Albania or Ethiopia, you name it. Well, I'm a legitimate businessman. You heard me? I've run international corporations that span several continents, time zones, and languages. I could pull some money up out the mud, you dig? So a guy like DJ Akademiks, he's a creation of this modern bourgeois economy of attention. And he says any crazy thing to get attention. And a lot of times people like a DJ Akademiks, they tend to lie, you see. They got to lie because they have to trump up something to make it more interesting and jarring and sensational to get you to listen. So he's the one who exaggerates. And here's what he's doing right here. He lying.
A lot of you niggas who try to copy Fresh and Fit. Let me tell you this. As much as you see me, I fuck with Fresh, I fuck with Myron, and I fuck with Fresh and Fit. You ain't never see me leave from Miami and be like, yo, Akademiks doing Fresh and Fit, bro. I'm big AK, nigga. Nigga, I run this shit, nigga. I ain't never copy a nigga format in my life. I mean, I gave the format niggas copy.
Wait, he said I'm Big AK. Let me tell you something. Yeah, in LA, they don't call you the big homie unless you the big homie. You dig? Number one, you got to earn that. Number two, you sure as hell ain't the big homie the way young Draco was yelling at you. And Draco, I didn't smash thick Moroccan bitches that weigh more than Soldier Boy. You dig? He a little nigga. You let him talk reckless to you, man. We ain't putting big in front of your name. Number one. Number two, little buddy. Consider this. You said I'm Big Ack, and I ain't copy Fresh and Fit's format. Okay, cool. That's deep. But last I checked, you have to associate with other people just to be relevant. I can just talk and I'm relevant. You got to be with Tekashi Snitch 9. You got to be on Fresh and Fit. You got to talk to celebrities. You got to interview people because you are not it. It's the other person that's interesting, not you. That's why you got to interview them. So that's what he's failing to understand in that myth, huh? Carrying on. Oh, you know what I want to play real quick? Let's skip to something real quick. I want to skip to something. You guys are probably wondering, well, why did Act start talking about the Saint and the Sinner? Like, what hurt his feelings? What hurt his feelings? Well, I'm gonna play it for you real quick. Now, you just heard about a minute and a half or you heard 2 minutes.
Now, when I first did the reaction to DJ Akademiks dissing the Saint and the Sinner, I didn't even it was hard for me to follow where the issue was. It was something so light. It was just him giving a commentary about his friendship or the dynamic of the friendship. We're going to get into it soon. I can't even remember. It was so insignificant. Chronic Introvert says private school beef. And
Perfect.
That's what it sounds like. This shit is just safe as hell. I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
30 seconds of DJ Act roasting the Saint and the Sinner. That shit was not impressive. I was like, I wasn't hurt. I wasn't impacted. I wasn't entertained. Weak, super weak. I'm going to play.
Now, regardless of what you guys see here, regardless of what y'all see here, the Saint and the Sinner actually has a pristine reputation. Oddly enough. Akademiks definitely does not. Well, from what I know, I don't know so much about him, but from everything that I've heard and everything that I researched and the people that I spoke to,
you some of the shit I said about him. And as it goes on, it just gets more brutal and funny and accurate and true. Here's the difference between a DJ Akademiks, which is a stuttering fool, and a real wordsmith. Let's talk about it. Let me go ahead and bust this clip out for you. And this is me. Actually, I did 2 reviews. I did one review of Kevin Gates because the boy kind of out of line with his sexuality. You heard me? I'm predicting he's about to come out of the closet as a bisexual. In my opinion, he didn't already came out low key. And then I also did a review by popular request of my members at patreon.com/the Saint and the Sinner. I think it's linked in the description where you can get exclusive content. I did a review of Andrew Tate. And so DJ Akademiks had interviewed both of these individuals. And that's my whole point, is that DJ Akademiks is not interesting. He has to interview interesting people. And by the way, DJ Akademiks, has a bitch ever DM'd you? You hear me? Has a bitch ever DM'd you like, yo, DJ Akademiks, you that nigga, like I want to suck your dick? I'm just curious because I feel like a nigga like you don't ever get groupies. Like you can be tremendously famous and wealthy and still not get no hoes. And that's another thing we're going to review. I have a video of DJ Akademiks complaining that as a millionaire, he still ain't got no hoes. And that's a pity because last I heard, there's a lot of gold diggers out, especially in 2022 and in Miami of all places. And you still can't get no hoes? Oh, that's a pity. Yeah, let's hear what we said when we destroyed this little boy. And tell me what you think of and this wasn't even a roast. This is just me giving commentary on him. Tell me what you think of what I said about him versus what he said about me and what's more potent. Carrying on. Tell me which was more potent. I'm gonna maximize this shit right here.
I'm not getting involved.
Oh.
Lambo's a big G now. I don't want to get, I don't want to get the gangsters in Miami after me.
No.
what kind of audio is this?
You know what I mean? He don't got the big G.
Holy.
But he got confused a little bit.
Black Hokage X says pause. I hope that was something he said. I hope I didn't say no zesty shit and forget to pause.
See, one thing I try not to do is loyalty is everything. Not everyone's going to live on the level of the mariachi pimping, you dig? But the point is, if someone doesn't measure up and, those are my people, as I say, be good to good people. I'm not going to throw my people under the bus for any amount of entertainment. I'm not going to throw my people under the bus to get views or to be funny or clever to create content. That's just not how I rock. You dig? So I find that to be an improper thing.
But he met a girl on a yacht. He said he met her on a yacht. By the way, he said they were talking for a little bit. She wasn't willing to meet him until he was on the yacht.
I'm not going to comment on Fresh's situation.
No.
I will comment.
He's a learned.
Yeah, see, one thing I will say, shout out to Tate for being wise enough to not comment on that situation. Not because it's not despicable, but because it's not his business as a man. That's number one. And then number two, I think we're all looking at DJ Akademiks like, bro, we don't believe you. We don't believe that you're doing anything different than what you're accusing Fresh of doing. You heard me? Like, you ain't the pimpin'. It's not quite proper for you to be trying to put him out there like that, especially when you're sitting right there in his studio. If my eyes don't deceive me.
You had a bunch of choices. You ain't going to be sticking with them.
Okay, I've said to Fresh though, I said, listen, what you're falling for that.
Dang, he back on his mans. This is a damn shame, bruh. Somebody call little fat face's pop. Call his pop. Slap his pop around. Tell him he ain't raised him right. And boy, oh boy, if you guys ever have a friend, more accurately termed a frenemy, who's over here throwing you under the bus for whatever reason, I kind of like be a little bit iffy about that person. It's one thing to joke. It's one thing to, play good cop, bad cop in front of a broad you about to slay that you just met. That's one thing. But to be dragging somebody through the dirt in front of 500,000 people, I don't find that to be quite respectable. Shout out to DJ Akademiks for making it this far with damn near no talent. I mean, this man is all hard work. Shout out to the hardworking people. This man is the worst goddamn interviewer ever. And I don't know if it's because he's not engaging when he speaks, he's not concise, or if it's because I just fundamentally don't find him to be authentic, which is to say he's talking from the position of a super player, you dig? Somebody.
So look, I'm trying to figure out
where the fuck was this footage and the reaction that Akademiks did that I reacted to, because I didn't hear him say all this shit. I don't know if y'all in the audience seen that reaction, but did you hear this in that reaction? Because I didn't. Unless my memory's that awful, but I don't recall hearing none of that shit. I heard the first part, but as he extended it, maybe Akademiks cut that out because he didn't want that shit hitting the airways. I don't know.
Now notice, think about the kind of snake-ass person DJ Akademiks is, and also think about how much talent he lacks. He's supposed to be interviewing Andrew Tate, which last I checked is the most popular guy on the internet presently. So you're interviewing the most intriguing man in the internet world, and all you can talk about is Fresh being somebody who has a sugar baby. You're interviewing Andrew Tate, multimillionaire, webcam business, interesting lifestyle, says a bunch of crazy stuff. And all you can do is constantly bring up one of the shortcomings of your friend while interviewing Andrew Tate, and it has nothing to do with Fresh. To me, that's weird. To me, that don't quite make sense. And that also makes me question your interviewing skills. You couldn't think of anything to say? And why was it top of mind that you wanted to drag your buddy through the dirt? Looks like you'll do anything for $1. Reminds me of a hoe. I think this boy, DJ Akademiks, is a super thought. Yeah, he's like the OnlyFans version of YouTube. Do anything for $1. It's a fucking hoe. Carrying on. So you heard a little taste of what I said about him. We're going to go back to his roast. And by the way, shout out to the people who are supporting the work. Let me go ahead and acknowledge a few folks. Try to get these in order. Shout out to Kamal, writes Peace of the Saints early tuition. Roberto sends in tuition. Inf writes paying tuition. This is nothing close to what I owe you. I will pay that debt. Much love from NY. Appreciate it. Peace of the Saints. Shout out to Chris, comes in with tuition. Money Mace writes, you baited Jerry with the mousetrap. Oh, indeed, man. This is what you do when you...
My bad, y'all. I don't know if I'm going to really get into all the super chats he's reading. I don't know if he's dissing or speaking about Akademiks through the super chats, but I ain't really trying to listen to a nigga read a super
When
chat,
you're
so I'm gonna
always
fast
thinking
forward this
five
shit.
moves. You allow the slore to post it publicly,
Oh, okay,
and you
never mind. There's some shit
$1,000
here.
on this broad.
Goddamn.
But you don't feel shame because your moral compass is in such disrepair that you allow the slore to post it publicly, and you think you're going to get kudos and credit for buying a low-key porn star a car. And you over here got the nerve to talk about other people.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Can we fact check that? Did he actually buy Selena Powell a G-Wagon? Is he investing capital in Selena Powell? Is that what he's doing out here? I remember they were in a relationship briefly. He ended up denying that, a bit of a revisionist history, but I don't know what to believe from them two, especially Selena Powell. She be capping, so I don't know. But is that true? That's fucked up if he did. Yikes. It's not a good look.
Shouldn't be giving out game. Oh, no, I think you shouldn't be. Matter of fact, you should be trying to soak up some game, God damn it. Lee E writes, everyone knows the new kids get play if you are handsome and a player. Was true for me, Peace of the Saints. Oh, man, in a real way. Osmosis writes, Peace of the Saints, this roast is epic. Oh, yeah, and we got a lot more work to give, too. It's just getting started. It is just.
Yeah, what he said, that commenter said, it's actually facts. When you're in high school, when you're the new kid, you definitely get a lot of play.
Just getting started. Let's hear more from DJ Akademiks so I can react to his roast.
Lame ass boy right here, right? Lame ass boy, like ain't nobody watching him. The nigga got 10 million views. Nigga, I did 10 million views in 10 days this month. But anyway, we gonna give him a little spank. It's all good. We gonna give you the attention you deserve, you bitch ass nigga. So this little hoe ass nigga right here, right? Apparently he went on Fresh and Fit. I don't know who he is, but yo.
Now let me tell you how we know he's lying again. Notice I pointed out early. I said count how many times he says I don't know this nigga. Count how many times he says I don't know who he is. That's one of the clear indicators of someone lying, is that they're overemphasizing. By the way, gentlemen, when you're trying to get one over on your girl, don't go overboard. This is a sign that you're lying. He said, I don't know this guy like 50 fucking times. Then he says, quote, apparently he went on Fresh and Fit. Oh, apparently. Okay, my guy. So if you don't know me, how would you know I went on Fresh and Fit, number one? Because if you tried to find that going on my page, you wouldn't find it on my page. I didn't post that interview the first time or the second time. And if you went on Fresh and Fit's page, interviews I did on Fresh and Fit are pretty old. So you'd have to scroll pretty fucking deep to find it. So you're lying. You know who I am. In fact, you're probably a fan. DJ Akademiks a fucking fan. You heard me? He probably fucking juiced that I even bring up his name. Little chipmunk face nigga. Yes, indeed. DJ Akademiks a fan. Carrying on to the lies.
My dog tweaking. Hold on, I gotta tell my shorty to go get him. Like, cause I gotta violate this thing, and this violation might take a while. Hold on. Let me just call her. Let me call her. Jesus Christ. He is wilding. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute up.
Yo, I'm low-key angry as fuck that this reaction is so fucking long. I have to give him a fair shake because I reacted to Akademiks' entire rant going off on the Saint and the Sinner. But my nigga, this shit's like damn near 2 hours. What are we doing here?
Filthy dirtbag. By the way, you live in filth if you live with animals inside your house. You live in filth. And moreover, when did I get violated? I'm still waiting to hear something relevant. So far, he said, I'm bald, which is apparent. It's called a truism. A truism is when you're stating something that's so obvious, it need not be stated. I'm bald. You got to make a joke with it. You just can't state that I'm bald. That itself is not funny. But I'm also far more handsome than you are, that you'll ever be. You dig? Like, you can get all the surgery in the world. You ain't gonna never look this good. Because God
pause,
wants you to
son.
look good.
What is this
Academics,
shit?
you put all that fucking fat under your neck, which is more of a female characteristic. It's the man that has the strong jawline, Akademiks. So you's a fat, ugly nigga, man. And I understand why you hate on a fly young nigga like me, man. I understand it. It's been happening my whole life. But never to my face, though. You guys usually hide behind the internet or some other shadow, some other screen.
Oh my God. I got you.
My boy.
All right, she about to get Pluto, big Pluto. You know what I mean? No, he was wilding today, so I had him on a leash for the majority of the day. He usually not used to that, but he cool. Anyway, this bitch ass nigga right here, right? Man, so this lame ass nigga, like most of these lame ass niggas, and I always got to point it out because I always got to establish what niggas be thinking. Please be known, I've had a billion views.
No, we ain't doing this.
He has views. You actually have to go out in this world and do something, have an accomplishment.
Shit, nigga.
I teach you that. Number one, you have to know who you are.
It is what it is.
And number two, for you to be proud of yourself, you actually have to go out in this world and do something, have an accomplishment. DJ Akademiks, his accomplishment is he has views. Wait, what? You said what? Akademiks, your accomplishment is what? Views, meaning people watch your video. Yeah, but what have you done? What can I put in my hand that you have done as a man? Views? To me, that's comparable to a female saying, hey, look how many likes I have on Instagram. Bitch. That's what his life is about, views. Now, to me, I'm not impressed. When I talk about accomplishment, I'm thinking about things like, well, I went to the Johns Hopkins University for graduate school, which is a top 20 university in the world. He went to Rutgers, which is not shit, by the way. If you look at the top 100 universities in the world, both of my universities are on that list. He went to fucking Rutgers, not even on the list. And did he even graduate? Ask him that. Did he get a degree? And how long was he there? It's a 4-year degree.
Chronic introvert. Private school beef. That's what you said. This is what it sounds like, man. You scoped that out from early.
How many years was he there? Dumb fuck. Now, I went to the Johns Hopkins University. They gave me an award for being a distinguished alumnus. That's something you could put in your fucking hand. I did Teach for America. I helped black kids in Baltimore, impoverished black kids who grew up in the same struggle I grew up in. That's some shit you could put in your hand. Founded a nonprofit that gave wraparound services to families in Baltimore. Get these kids up out the mud, get them in the university, get them jobs, get their parents jobs. Something you could put in your hand as a man. That's when people will never forget you because you changed their life. I founded corporations and had offices in South Korea, in Puerto Rico, was there in China working on a deal right before the pandemic, had offices in St. Louis, Chicago, Baltimore, and Michigan, St. Louis, Springfield, Missouri,
I'll be back in a
Pennsylvania,
minute,
and I
y'all.
could go on. I gave people jobs, my
I'm gonna keep this running. I'll be back in a minute, y'all. Hold on.
boy. Yeah, help them feed their families. That's something you could put in your hands as a man. He over here talking about views. What the what views, my boy? Views? I got more views than you. Yeah, my nigga, that's great. You got more views. I will never measure myself based on views. I promise you. Now, we might add up some dollars. We could talk about that, though. We could talk about that. So, nah, we're not on the same level. And you're teaching people to think like a hoe. That's what Akademiks is about, thinking like a hoe. Carrying on.
And I'll have billions of views after I met these niggas, okay? You see, Akademiks is a one of one. Akademiks created an infrastructure. Akademiks don't need nobody. Akademiks is Akademiks. Akademiks is one of the reasons why rap coverage is like what it is. Akademiks is not you, Satan Sinner. No.
Pause. Wait, did you just say Akademiks don't need nobody? Nigga, your whole platform is about talking about somebody. Your whole platform is about interviewing somebody. You're a nobody. You definitely need people. Motherfucker, you wouldn't be anybody without talking about people who are somebody. Last I checked, you did reviews of rap music and rap music artists. You covered the war in Chirac. Were you in the war in Chirac? No, you weren't in the war. You're a motherfucking war correspondent talking about it. Motherfucker, you need people because you're nobody and nothing. And no one respects you. No one's interested in you. I promise you this. If you went a whole week just talking about DJ Akademiks, you went a whole week Everything you do and say is just DJ Akademiks. What did DJ Akademiks do today? What are DJ Akademiks' philosophies? What's on DJ Akademiks' mind? Your ass to go flat. Your views are bottom out because you're a fucking clown and everybody knows it. Carrying on.
Nobody knows you. You're a bum. You're a nigga who went to Fresh and Fit, seen that they were winning, and ran back to wherever the fuck you were from, trying to recreate what they got, trying to be Myron. I seen your shit, nigga. It just won't work. You feel me?
Now he said, mind you, he started off saying, I don't know who this guy is. Then he says, I saw your shit. Excuse the vulgarity, I'm quoting. Then he states you were trying to be Myron. Well, let's talk the facts. Fresh and Fit reached out to me. I didn't reach out to them. That's number one. Number two, Myron called in on video call to my live stream before they even got big and said, hey, man, I respect what you're doing. I like the work. So if he calling in saying he like my shit, how am I trying to be him? That don't add up. How that add up? That's like saying Michael Jordan is trying to be Kobe. How could Michael Jordan be Kobe? What the fuck? Come on, my nigga. You sound ludicrous. And I tell you what, if what you're saying is real, if I'm trying to be Myron, let me hear Myron say that. I want to hear you say, let me hear Myron say that. You talking bullshit. That's why we ain't heard nobody else say that. You're just making up shit. Carrying on.
You're not him. You're not them. It's not there. But I see you try to, like, you know what I mean? You clearly trying to fit in this little atmosphere. You talking about taste. So I seen you use my podcast. That's off the record. By the way, salute to Fresh and Fit. They let me film there. I see you had some comments about me. So now let me watch this and then I'll violate you some more.
Wait, I'm still waiting, Ak. How did you violate me? The only thing you've said is that I'm bald head, which is factual. That's the one thing you said that was true. And I be having hoes rub on my head. You hear me? Some of them ain't never been with a bald head man. Some of them, I just, when I first meet them, sometimes I just take their hand and just rub it on my head.
We don't care.
Shit, turn them on. They don't want to never go back. Yeah, in a real way. But anyways, how you violated me? I've yet to hear you say anything factual. You said I'm a bitch ass nigga, which as a bitch ass nigga, I would like to invite you to throw hands. We could get in a boxing ring. You know, we don't have to do anything street. Just, nothing street. I'm not being a tough guy. I just said, let's get in a boxing ring. We throw hands. And I know you weigh more than I weigh, so we ain't even got to meet at the same weight. We just throw whatever weight you at right now, we throw hands. Since I'm a bitch ass nigga. That's number one. So as a bitch ass nigga, I gave you that invitation. So that's countering that. You said I'm trying to be Myron, but Myron called into my show saying, hey, I like your shit. So that dispels that. So I'm still waiting. Where was the violation? Where'd you violate me at? There's no violation. It's not possible to violate me. People like you don't violate people like me. People like me violate people like you. Easy, effortlessly. Because you're my inferior in every way.
This is part of my Andrew Tate podcast. Film that Fresh and Fit. Here we go.
Bruv, the accent's really good, bruv. Carry on.
What is? You hear that, Fresh? And Fresh! Did you hear that? But I ain't here trying to save. I ain't here trying to save nobody.
You gotta ask Fresh about it.
I'm not getting involved.
Oh.
Lambo's a big G now. I don't want to get beat up.
Let me point out how feminine this is. This is so feminine. You got Tate and you got DJ Akademiks. So you got Andrew Tate and you have DJ Akademiks, DJ Pakagimics, DJ Lakademics, DJ he don't know his limits, but he about to find out. So you got Tate and this fat face fucker. And he's over here asking Tate about what he thinks about Fresh and Fit's Fresh's personal romantic affairs. Who cares? That's Fresh's shit. As a grown man, I don't want to engage in gossip. Then he even says, quote, hey, you gotta ask him about Miranda. So now you're advising another man off some gossip girl shit to go reach out to another man to ask him about what chick he's dealing with? Me? I have no concern over how you get your dick wet. You heard me? Do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. That's some real weirdo shit. And this is what people listen to? Well, not anymore. We ending this shit right now. Yes, indeed.
I don't want to get the
No,
Texas
no, no,
Miami
no.
after me. I don't.
No. Fresh is our guy. You know what I mean? He don't got the big G's and the gangsters, but he got confused a little bit.
See, one thing I try not to do, you dig, is me, loyalty is everything. Not everyone's going to live on the level of the mariachi pimping, you dig? From a level.
Yo, is this fucking dweeb really talking like this, man? Boy, you got 10 million. Boy, you literally got 10 million views talking to big fucking act, nigga.
So here's one thing I want you guys to really think about. I really do. So number one, he's talking into a microphone on a screen, and he's saying "boy," okay, and he's calling himself Big Ack. He's about to go off on some rant about be who you are in real life. That's funny because I'm the realest shit on the internet, period, by far. So he's about to go into some.
Stop the cap.
It's a total fabrication.
Lie! Fucking lie!
Now, with me sitting right here, we ain't doing that.
Rant about that, but I'm asking myself, okay, you Big Ack, but let us be honest. If I was in a room and it was me and Livingston Allen, aka D.
You're a chronic introvert. LT, he realer than you.
Stop the cap.
DJ Akademiks. And we locked the door in that room and it was just he and I. You think he would call me boy in real life? Nah, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't even make eye contact with me. You heard me? And if something pop off in that room, it'd be his fucking bloods and guts all over that motherfucker. Not mine. We know he ain't like that. I ain't even like that. I'm a man of peace. But one thing I never do is go out like babbling and disrespecting people off some gangster shit. Like, don't call me a bitch and don't call me a boy because you're going overboard. And I don't like to be disrespected. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. And let me go back to when I was roasting him. Not even roasting him, just giving a little bit of commentary. We're going to go back to that. He said he violated me, but I'm waiting to hear how he violated me. It still ain't happened yet because he has no truth. You can't violate somebody unless you got truth. I'm going to play what I was saying about him, which is actually a violation. And then also in the clip that my man put together, Peace of the Saints, you're going to see where somebody disrespects him in person, face to face, and see how he reacts. And mind you, just in case you're new to The Saint and the Sinner, I wrote a book called The Black Box. It's my life story, my real life. I got real legal names throughout it. Any case you hear mentioned in that, you can Google and find that case is a real case. It's my real life with my real name and real stories. I'm everything that rappers say they was. I'm everything that you've seen in a movie in real life. Yeah. And everything is verifiable. You're not like me. You shouldn't even be talking to me. This the motherfucker, man.
When I did my research on him, I don't know much about any of that stuff. I know the business shit. The stuff he was talking about earlier, a lot of that stuff is easily verifiable. The things he's done in business, you can verify that via Google. The other stuff, I have no idea. I didn't research him that deep to understand or know about any of that shit. So I don't really know.
Let me just play this other clip. I'm disgusted. Just imagine. When did the world become Revenge of the Nerds? This is why it's so strange to me, right? Because say in high school, you got the cool kids, you got the nerds. The nerds don't speak up on the cool kids. The nerds sit down and shut the fuck up, right? They don't be speaking up on the cool kids. Now, as adults, he got them a little bit of bread, and now it's Revenge of the Nerds. It's like he's mad and he wants to get back at the kids who were cool in school.
That's a lot of YouTube. A lot of YouTube's a Revenge of the Nerds because these niggas know how to operate and they know how to do finesse the algorithm, get the views up. A lot of the nerds are running this shit. A lot of the nerds are running the manosphere. A lot of the nerds are becoming the successful guys, and a lot of the hood niggas is just dead. I lost a nigga 2 weeks ago. R.I.P. JG. It's like Revenge of the Nerds. The nerds they're trying to win out here. They're trying to win out here. It is what it is.
Used to look down on his little weird ass. And so he's trying to attack the cool kids. But it's like, bruh, Nah, we still ain't going for it. We ain't going for it. Here we go. Here's a real roast.
Errol Cooper says, coming from that dude that was talking all that junk about pulling up to KS and then taking a groupie picture with him. Yeah, that shit was confusing. He pulled up on him but he made a video about Kevin Samuels. Man, I ain't going to get back into that. Let's get into this.
In the game, they're seasoned in the game, and they know how to play the game. I don't believe it. You heard me? He don't even know how to hit an abdominal crunch. So I highly doubt he knows how to pull up on these hoes in the proper way. You dig? Hope y'all peep that wordplay. Ab crunch, pull up, extras. Anyways.
I can't like somebody because I'm Kevin Gates. I'm human.
She married though, man.
Wouldn't give a fuck what she is. I don't know.
Married though, man. Akademiks, man, sit up straight and tell that man what's on your mind. Them tight ass jeans. Somebody tell Akademiks skinny jeans are for skinny people. Somebody share the word with him.
Man, you fat as fuck. And I know your chin. You got some shit on your chin.
Man. You really think you gave Juice WRLD his name?
Think Juice WRLD told me I gave him his name. Idiot. Did you not see his interview with Sway? Because he
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Yo, how you just gonna let a man talk to you like that in your face, bro? Like, what is going on here?
Man. You really think you gave Juice WRLD his name?
Think Juice WRLD told me I gave him his name. Idiot. Did you not see his interview with Sway? Because he told me. Stupid.
So why you ain't give
Goofy? Are you stupid?
Wow. Did you guys just see what I saw? Wow. Number one, Soulja Boy weighs about as much as a prostitute in Bangkok. I mean, are we serious right now? Soulja Boy weighs a clean 90 pounds. You didn't let this little ass nigga talk crazy to Big Ack. You Big Ack. And you didn't let a motherfucker who weighed 85 pounds talk crazy to you on national TV, my boy. That's what they doing now? That's what Big Ack doing? That shit crazy. Yeah, and here's the other thing.
Here's the thing. This is what Akademiks tries to erase. He tries to erase his past because he's doing so well numbers-wise. He has all the rappers flocking to his podcast to try to get interviews, so he feels more ingratiated in the culture. But truth be told, he can't revise this history. You can't gloss over all these things. This is a part of who you are. This is a part of your character. Money and views and shit doesn't make the man. Your character and what you actually do in life speaks volumes. These type of interactions, the Big Ack, realist nigga, whatever the fuck he was touting, this doesn't look good when people have these type of moments to pull up.
He talking reckless about me in his little dark ass basement, right? But now he's in front of the bright lights and Soulja Boy done just violated him. He say he violated me. No, this is what a violation looks like. The way your ass just got disrespected and violated. That's a violation.
That's true.
Yeah, no, that's a violation. If you want to know what the fuck a violation is, it's when he just told you dumb as fuck, called you goofy, and told you you're an idiot. And then what you do in reaction, did you snap back? Oh, you said, look at this dumbass face he making right here. Little fat face ass nigga. Boy, oh boy.
He got his ass cooked.
You know, I want to get my girl some booty shots. I'm going to have the doctor take the fat out of Akademiks' fucking face and put into my girl's butt. This fat face, ugly ass.
What?
You know, I want to get my girl some booty shots. I'm going to have the doctor take the fat out of Akademiks' fucking face and put into my girl's butt. This fat face, ugly ass, little, man. And notice what I told you. He got hair issues. Fuck? Why is he always wearing a hat? Every single time he's wearing a hat. That's weird, isn't it? It's kind of weird. Carrying on.
I'm the realest nigga y'all admit. I'm the realest nigga in the rap game. No, listen, nigga, fuck nigga. That means fucked up.
Back to your regularly scheduled program.
Is Akademiks just a cornball, or is he nervous? Is he scared, or is he just a cornball? And people probably slapped his milk off his lunch tray. You dig? You know, he was not the super P. And so he used to look at a cat like me like, oh man, I want to win like that. And so then he got his money right through diligence. And that's why when you look today and you see people in Akademiks' position, which is a position of success, the cool guy, he ain't had a work ethic. He might have been born good looking, tall, strong, athletic. He ain't had a work ethic. He ain't had a mindset, the right ideas going through his mind. And that's why we got to suffer watching the academics do what he do, stammering through the interview.
Yeah, but
because he's the one that put himself.
All right, y'all. Pause your life real quick. Hit that like button. We have twice as many people watching as likes. We got to get them likes up. We want to win in this algorithm. We got to get them likes up.
In position. You heard me? He delivered himself to that position. So shout out to him. And shout out to the other cornballs who put themselves in position. I'm proud of you guys. For real. It's the most disrespectful compliment you ever heard. Carrying on.
You said in the interview, you said, what'd you say? You say, if your girl was sleeping with somebody else, you were like, yo, or as long as you watch the video or some shit like that.
Wait, what the fuck is that?
I can't remember what it was. It was like, yo.
On the song Shoot My Shot.
Now, notice, please notice what kind of a bitch-ass nigga he is. When he was stammering and using all of this circle.
I didn't hear nothing they just said. All I was focused on was that dial-up modem shit from the 90s that was in the background. Y'all hear that shit? Where the fuck did that come from?
Circumlocution, talking to Kevin Gates, he ended his statement saying, quote, I can't remember. Well, nah, dog, you do remember because you just said what you said. How you don't remember, but you just said what you said. So you do remember, number one. And number two, you try to act like somebody else is the cause of you saying this rather than you just saying it. And that's what he does a lot of times. Instead of him saying it, he says, oh, people say that, or I heard that, or so-and-so wanted me to ask you. Very feminine, this guy. I forgot. He's a bitch-ass nigga. Now, I want you guys to notice how DJ Akademiks reacted when little-ass Soulja Boy was talking crazy to him, because I'm going to keep it funky with you. If Soulja Boy would have stood up like he stood up over Akademiks and then start calling me dumb and that I'm a bitch and I don't know shit, and I would have wore his ass out right then and there, period, because I'd have lost it. This little ass nigga right here talking like this. No, I'd have lost it. But instead, he sat there chuckling with his hands over his penis. And I want you to understand something about body language. In the animal kingdom, the phallus, that is the penis, is a sign of male virility. So when you cover over the phallus with your hands, that is like a protective motion. That's a protective motion, a defensive motion. So he was in a fearful state. There's a Big Draco. Big Ak was scared of Big Draco. Hilarious. Wow. Wow. But somehow when he's in person with Lil Draco, Big Draco, Big Ak and Big Draco, he's all smiley and docile. Why ain't you yelling and all turned up? Why ain't you violating, Ak? That's curious. Then when you're talking to Kevin Gates, yo ass.
It's because you can't buy character. You can't. You can't get your money up and all of a sudden you're Big Ak, you're the realest nigga of all time, you're making all this money, you're connected with X, Y, and Z, all the rappers want to do interviews with you. You can't buy character and you can't erase your past. You just can't do it.
This is like, can't remember stuff and you stammering over your words. But let me play something for you guys. Listen to how he talked to females. I want you to pay close attention to this, because this is how you separate what a real man is, how he interacts on a consistent basis.
That is facts. When we talk about realness, we're talking about consistency of character. And it's not just consistency of character like, oh, 6ix9ine, he's going to consistently snitch every time he gets locked up. None of that shit. I'm talking about being thorough, doing respectable actions or having respectable actions, and being a consistent character. You can't buy that shit. You can't erase your past. None of that.
And check my background. People tell you today, oh, Marquette, he's an asshole, or he's cocky, or he's this. Yeah. And you check me 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, I was still a cocky asshole. Been like that my whole life. Been talking reckless my whole life. And guess what? I ain't never turned down a fade my whole life. Ain't never turned down one fade.
Okay. I definitely need to see Akademiks respond to this and sign up for the fade, because I want to see this shit. I doubt Akademiks is actually going to follow through. I think he's going to pussy out. If history shows us anything, I think that's where it's going to go. He's going to act like he's so irrelevant that he doesn't need to do anything. But I think that's where Akademiks is going to go with it. When they point out niggas talking all mad shit to the women and being so gentle and docile around the men, it's like once I see somebody pick and choose their targets, it's like, oh, you just a bitch ass nigga. You want to pick and choose. You want to think, oh, you're bigger or stronger than this person, but the next person, you're like, you're gonna curl. Nah, I don't fucks with that. So right now, Marquette is taking the W over Akademiks until further notice. He's winning this right now. He's cooking them.
Everything my mouth gets me, everything it earns.
For me, when he challenged him and he put forth that challenge to fight, from that moment I'm like, all right, he got him, checkmate. All this other shit is just entertainment, because Ak's not gonna do it, so don't talk tough. And that's why when I did the Akademiks reaction, I said the same shit. I do not like when these coward ass niggas that have large platforms and get a lot of views start thinking that they're the views and they're tough niggas all of a sudden. They're just gonna be like Charleston White, try to bait niggas in and then snitch on them. Get the police. They're going to do that Kwame Brown shit. But Kwame Brown's puzzling because Kwame Brown's actually like a big ass nigga that could actually fight. So I don't understand his pussiness. I don't understand that.
Me, I go down for it. I deal with it and never turn down a fair one. Ask anybody that know me. That's my real life. Yeah. Now, check this out. We just saw him act like a bitch in front of dudes. Now, we're going to play a clip of him with a female. Now he yelling, he turned up, he's standing up, he all big and bombastic. Where was all that energy when you was talking to dudes? Let's go ahead and play it. Here we go. Let me find that clip for you. This is when he's big act. When he's talking to a female that won't beat his ass, that's when he becomes big act. That's when he goes into his alternative motherfucking personality. Hold on, let me find the clip of Big Ack. This is when he becomes Big Ack. Let me find this shit. This shit funny.
Is that it? Yeah, that's his stream. That's not me. That's his shit lagging.
Hold on. This shit's great. He's like, you know how the banner, he's like calm, and then somebody get him mad, he turns into the Hulk. Well, DJ Ack only turns into the Hulk when he's talking to a bitch. He talking to a dude, he just remains Bruce Banner. A little nice. He nice, man. DJ Ack, you're nice, bro. Don't bring me up. You nice. Here we go. This is when DJ Ack, a.k.a. Livingston Allen, becomes Big Ack.
Fucking Elon Musk fucking cock on OnlyFans on his girl. Why not? You know why? He said it.
I got a question.
I'm not trying to compare that to me. But niggas got legit businesses that your girl's business is bullshit.
What are you doing? I really got a question though. Okay.
Google shit, bitch.
Oh, that's crazy, Ack. That's crazy, my boy.
I wish his stream was actually smooth when he did this. He's dealing with a lot of buffering and a lot of slow loading and lagging. He's like a cross-season shit, but I wanted to see this shit smoothly play out because this moment, I remember this moment. I think I did a reaction to this.
See what hurts my heart? And let me talk to you bitch ass niggas out there. What hurts my heart? So you stood up, you saw Ack, he's sitting down, he yelling, then he stand up yelling, then he sit back down yelling, and then he turns to the female and says, Google it, bitch. Google it, bitch. Oh, you could call her a bitch. But when Draco called you a bitch, you didn't call him a bitch back. Okay. When Vic Mensa called you a bitch, you didn't call him a bitch back. Okay.
If we're gonna keep it a stack, Akademiks came from hip hop where he was the little nigga. He's getting little nigga around in hip hop. He's seen the manosphere and he's like, oh, these guys are kind of dweebly. So he came over to Fresh and Fit and try to take advantage of it. He's the big dog now. He's the guy with all the views. Fresh and Fit, especially Myron, is a man that's super focused on the growth of the platform. So he's like, okay, of course I'm going to have Akademiks on here. So he tried to, buff out his chest on a platform like this and reinvent himself. That's what was going on throughout this saga. He's like, oh, these are the inexperienced guys. I can get around them and put my arm around these niggas. So I'm Big Ack now. He reinvented himself. It's a good PR move, actually, but come on, man. No one's falling for that shit.
And when you was talking to Kevin Gates, you was acting like a bitch. Oh, but you big Draco, though. Oh, okay, that's deep. Yeah, we don't live like that out here. Nah. So before you bring my motherfucking name up, and he called me a bitch too. That's funny. Before you bring my motherfucking name up, why don't you get your shit together and become one person? Why don't you get your shit together and become one person? Because if you check on me, if there's never been a situation in all of my life when a dude stood toe to toe with me and called me a bitch or told me he was gonna slap me, never in life. And I never claimed to be a gangster, but I damn show him a fee I issue to the gristle, and I ain't gonna let that go down. But you ain't call a dude a bitch, you just called a bitch a bitch. Called a female a bitch. I didn't mean to say a bitch, that's not right. But he talked like that to a female, and this is the internet of, this is the modern internet man. You feel me? They so fucking weak and they're hateful of women because, and the DJ Akademiks, the reason he hates women, he's a true misogynist. The reason he hates women is because when he was growing up, women didn't show him any love. And why would they show him love? I mean, look at his face, right? Look at that face. That's a face only a mother could love. And being that he was stuttering and he was overweight and he was Jamaican and he was an outsider, the shorties ain't fuck with him. And he been mad since he was a young boy.
It's unfortunate he had such a terrible connection in a beef video, a reaction video, because this is terrible, man.
And that's why he taking out all his frustration during the Fresh and Fit show. And for a guy who doesn't need Fresh and Fit, I'd say, damn, he's on Fresh and Fit all the time. I mean, DJ Akademiks to Fresh and Fit is like what Boosie is to DJ Vlad, which is to say Boosie's always on Vlad. But here's the difference. Boosie's interesting to listen to. We watch DJ Vlad to see Boosie. People don't watch Fresh and Fit to see DJ Akademiks. But DJ Akademiks is going there to be relevant. Weird fat little nigga. It's a pity. He's a tough guy when he's talking to.
All right, we're having some of that fuckery where comments are showing up in one chat and not the other. And I got to bring it to the small screen. All right, what did you say? It says, that was brutal, and I'm a chat nigga, but the Saint took round one easily. All right, so whoever thinks, if y'all been there for the first reaction and you're here in this one, if y'all think Saint won this, spam 1 in the chat. If you think Akademiks won it, spam 2 in the chat.
The hoes, that's amazing. Shout out to Big Ak, big tough guy. Anyways, now let's get back to DJ Akademiks roasting the Saint and the Sinner. Let's hear the great roast he has. He violates the Saint and the Sinner. Let's hear it. Find this link for you. I got so many links I still got to pick up. We still ain't talking about his females. You hear me? That's one of the things when he started comparing himself to the Saint and the Sinner. Well, the Saint and the Sinner talks about entrepreneurship and relationships, i.e. women. Well, you ain't on my level of business, period. And you damn sure ain't on my level of women, period. So he ain't bring that up. But we still gonna talk about his women. Or woman. We're gonna talk about his woman. Here we go, DJ Akademiks.
I gotta start putting niggas in their place. This is Big Ak, and this is this dweeb up there talking about me. But I let it rock.
Level of style, from a level of articulation, from a level of the quality of your stable, from
shut the fuck up,
from a level of your bank account, and I don't expect them to live at
you. Bank or account should not be. You shouldn't say that, especially talking about me.
This level, you dig? If they.
I really want you guys to understand how Tricks think, because DJ Akademiks has low self-esteem. He can't ever talk about his worth as a man, just who he is. So he always talks about views. Oh, people watch my content. Views, little nerd.
Remember what I said, you can't buy character. So you're going to shy away from everything that highlights and laments your character, and you're going to go to things that are monetary or view related.
And then he talks about money. But here's the worst part. You see, and he kind of messed up here, you know, and we're not surprised. Guy like this with no integrity hangs out with Tekashi Snitch 9. We shouldn't be surprised at all. He hangs with a fucking sitch. He's a fucking bitch. And he broke the 19th law. Know who you fucking with. Huh? He don't know who he fucking with. He didn't broke that law. That's why I'm going to give him 5 days to apologize. Because number one, he said I shouldn't mention bank account. Why? We could play big bank, take little bank for sure, little buddy. Yeah, we could do that. Because if you use your little rabbit ass brain
Little
and
buddy.
ask yourself, well, the wealthiest men around the world are guys who are in the tech business for the most part, right? That's the business I was in, little buddy. And there's a company called Why Not, no longer exists because I sold it. So I'm good. We could talk about bank accounts, little buddy. We don't need to talk about views. Let's talk about dollars. We can do that. And the worst part about DJ Akademiks, who clearly is not an academic, as he didn't do his homework, he trying to test me, but nah, his math ain't adding up because he called me broke. And it's like, come on, bro. I've been in Europe for 3 weeks flying around in private jets. I mean, just today, you can check my Instagram. The link is in the description if you want to see what my life is really like. I do the shit you can't fake. So yeah, what we talking about? Just notice how he's making up shit. He's like, he should have mentioned bank account. We can mention bank account, but at the end of the day, I don't ever measure myself up on bank account. I don't measure myself up on views. And a guy with low self-esteem, he never talks about being a valuable person, a valuable man, a high-value man based on who he is, on his merits. He only talks about it based on his money. So understand that as a trick, he built up his money so that he could then pursue women with his wallet. And that's the value that he offers women, his wallet. And we're going to verify that using his own words, because there's a video where he's discussing his disappointment at not being able to get a chick while being a millionaire. Oh, that's how you get women? You get money, then you get women? Oh, okay, that's how they do that? I didn't realize. Oh, fucking nerd.
They did, I wouldn't be a unicorn. But the point is, if someone doesn't measure up and, those are my people, as I say, be good to good people. I'm not going to throw my people under the bus for any amount of entertainment. I'm not going to throw my people under the bus to get views or to be funny or clever to create content. That's just not how I rock. You dig? So I find that to be an improper thing. Surely I don't condone what he's referring to. You dig? We're going to keep it playerific out here. Carrying on.
Yo, chat, when y'all see me talk about this little red pill shit, it's lames like this I be talking about. Yo, whatever your name is, brother, this is why you're lame and nobody watches you, and that's why you're just a phony person. Bro, I'm not one person online and a different person, the real person. Like, everybody knows me. I'm gonna be the same way regardless. Let me tell you what's wrong with this whole red pill stuff.
Wait a second. Did he just say that I'm not one person online and another person when I'm face to face? Did he just claim that he's not a person who has an online persona and then behaves differently in real life? Because what we witnessed is that, well, when you were in real life with Soldier Boy, you weren't big act, you were little act, sitting down covering your scrotum. When you were in real life with Vic Mensa getting disrespected, you weren't big act, you were little act. But then when you were on the Fresh and Fit show and you were in front of a female, you were yelling and acting all belligerent, and that's because you're not scared of a female standing up and beating your ass. So yeah, you are phony. You're extremely phony, and what you're doing is projecting. I see some folks in the chat have written that there's an internet issue. You guys would have to verify right now, but as I said, I've been traveling throughout Europe, and at the moment I'm in Poland. I just touched down today, and I saw somebody in the chat write, your Wi-Fi suggests that you're broke. I just think it's funny because I just arrived in Warsaw. Now, mind you, I booked just 2 days ago. I was like, called my contact, said, hey, set me up a private jet from where was I? From Prague to Warsaw, Poland. Doesn't matter what it costs. So you're telling me I just touched down today in a private jet, I'm broke. I mean, the internet is just, it's amazing, right? That's why I find my work so important, to be honest with you, because when you have so many psychopaths on the internet just saying that the sky is
Solo TV saying cap at a private jet. Yo, private jet, I don't care how much it costs, my nigga. What the hell? I don't know his bank account, but that ain't life, man. I ain't doing that shit. You gotta tell me the fucking price after tax and everything, nigga. What the fuck?
not blue. You need someone like me who's mature and actually has experience and credentials to correct that, a reliable source. I mean, just imagine. You got a guy like DJ Akademiks, who probably in his whole life has only been in the United States. And
Black Okage X says he sounds corny, but he's being real. That's the thing. That's the thing about Marquette. That's what I'm saying. Regardless of what you see here, he has a good reputation. People swear by this guy.
Jamaica. Then you got a guy like me that's been to countless number of countries. I traveled in the last 2 months more than he's traveled in his entire life. I bet my life on it. Last 2 months, more than he's traveled his whole life. That's maturity. That's experience. You're not really going to be able to get any game from DJ Akademiks because he doesn't have any experience. And that's why people come to me for game. Yeah. And we ain't going to be humble about it. We just going to talk the facts.
Face, and when I call it out, sometimes people think incorrectly that I'm talking to specific dudes. No, I'm not. It's usually like lame ass niggas like this who actually believe, and let me tell you why they believe this, who believe in this two-facedness that should be happening. Let me just tell you how I gained my millions and I've made my empire.
Wait, what fucking empire does he have? Like, why do people keep on using the terminology of empire? You need to understand what an empire consists of. One, an emperor, which is an unquestioned ruler, and everyone is subject to an emperor. Further, an emperor becomes such because they have also been a conqueror, which means not only have you established what you...
This is so easy for anybody that watches One Piece. You don't even need the breakdown. You already know. One Piece mirrors a lot of hood nigga shit. That's why a lot of niggas fuck with One Piece. But let's get back into this.
You do, but you also have taken over others. You have an army at your disposal. I bet my life that DJ Akademiks does not have real supporters. He has casual observers. They're interested as long as he's talking about drama. But if he were to just go and try to lecture on something that's important to him, nobody cares. So, no, you don't have an empire, DJ Akademiks. You have some money. You don't have an empire. That's ludicrous. And I want people to be more accurate. DJ Akademiks, he's kind of like one of them fat black chicks who are like, I'm a queen. No, you're not a queen. You're a fat black woman with fake hair. You and a queen are quite far apart. Just like DJ Akademiks. You're a little fat-faced black guy who has an inferiority complex and hates women because they never liked you. You're not an emperor and you don't have an empire. You just got a little bit of internet money. That's all. And don't let that go to your head, little buddy. You see, as much of an asshole as I am, I was always an asshole. I didn't become an asshole because I got money. If anything, I became more humble. You dig? More humble because I got a chance at understanding the world a little better. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to make sure to establish that for everybody to know. I had to double down and make sure people understood. Listen, nigga, I've always been an asshole. I'm gonna be this way, and people understood that shit when I... Hold on, did I freeze, nigga? What the fuck? Oh, hell nah. Hold on, y'all.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from...
Yeah, you can still hear me, but... Nah, we gonna be back soon. Nah, we're gonna get this back running. Fuck this. We ain't starting a new one. Hell nah. We back already? Alright, let's go.
This little fat guy. He got an empire. Big Act got an empire. Fuck.
I did this through being honest. I did this through being myself. I didn't do
yourself.
This through being
Your name is Livingston.
Let me tell you what this means. Selling one image and being another. I'm like that. If anybody's cool with me, if anybody's friends with me, whether it's like rappers, 6ix9ine,
All right, y'all. Hold on. We suffering some technical difficulties real quick. Let me fix 1-2 things briefly. This won't take too long. All right. Hold on, y'all.
God damn. Young boy, anybody, I'm not the nigga who's gonna be like this with you in private and like this with you in public. This is where I look at most of these niggas to be lame. Because most of these niggas know they're scammers. Most of these niggas know they're preying upon young men who really are impressionable.
You know what I want to know? You're talking about scammers, DJ Akademiks. Curious. So you're talking about scammers. I think a lot of your friends are actually scammers, DJ Akademiks. That's funny you mentioned that. Further, you're talking about people selling courses. I don't sell any courses. So what the fuck are you talking about? This is the problem with these internet nerds who go live every single day. And the reason DJ Akademiks goes live every single day, multiple times a day, is because he's trying to get views. And he's trying to get views, 1, for his self-esteem, and 2, for his pocketbook. He has no consideration of if he's actually about to.
Are y'all hearing some lagging or some chippiness? Because I was hearing some fucking chippiness. Hold on, y'all. Let me fix this real quick because this is a part that we definitely need to hear. Hey, what the fuck going on with this shit? All right, y'all. Hold on.
Give you some quality information. And that's why right now he's talking about the most for his self-esteem and 2, for his pocketbook. He has no consideration of if he's actually about to give you some quality information. And that's why right now he's talking about the most interesting thing on the internet, the saint and the sinner. He's talking about the fucking talk of the internet, the saint and the sinner, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. And he needs me for content. He needs me, just like he needs everybody else he talks about. But the problem is he doesn't do any fucking research. That's why he didn't know who he's talking about. And he's speaking from a place of ignorance. That's why he's babbling.
Well, because they're trying to sell them products. I don't try to sell products. I just be entertaining. But the majority of y'all are trying to sell the fact that y'all have. This is why you're linked. Because y'all won't be individuals that are just yourselves. Let me tell you about the relationship with me and Fresh. Y'all could ask Fresh. Ain't nothing I wouldn't say to him off camera that I wouldn't say to him on camera. Bro, I'm not here to embarrass him. And by the way, it should be vice versa.
This guy's so fucking boring. I mean, are we kidding? This guy is so talentless and boring. To listen to him speak is a real snoozer. But so let's skip a little bit away from this and let's see about the kind of women he talks about, because he mentioned game. You dig? And mind you, if anybody on the internet is gonna teach game, it might as well be me, because you heard me. I done had them all over the world in different flavors. From the wealthy ones to the broke ones. I didn't try it all. But there's some things I just won't touch. There's some women I look at them, I'm like, yeah, you look like an STD. And the chick that he was dealing with, she looked like a STD. I think you guys might know who I'm talking about. Yeah. And not only are we about to expose who DJ Akademiks is dating and having intercourse with no condom, we also about to learn about how he's kind of a sexual pervert, a bit of a weirdo. Yeah. So he's a cuck. He's a cuck. You guys
Wait,
know
what?
Is? DJ Akademiks is a cuck. So's this guy. Carrying on. Now, here we go.
You called Adam a cuck too?
This is the girl that DJ Akademiks deals with.
You never spent 6ix9ine either?
No, I fucked the shit out of him.
How was that? What was the scenario?
Actually, I fucked him.
Now, see, this is really sad and disgusting. And just side note, gentlemen, you see, me, I like my passport tatted up. I like that stamped. I don't like my women tatted up and stamped. They look kind of grimy, a little bit too rugged. You hear me? I don't like my women looking like the subways in Harlem. So apparently DJ Akademiks like these raggedy thug hoes. She looked like a broad off of Skid Row. Why she's wearing those big glasses, I don't know. Maybe she high as hell. She's trying to cover it up. But this is Selena Powell. This is the chick that he is responsible for tricking on. This is the one that he bought a G-Wagon. And yes, she did post this on social media. She said, DJ Akademiks bought me a G-Wagon, and he signed off on that. What a fucking weirdo. Now, she is talking about having sex with Tekashi 6ix9ine, which was...
Now, it must suck to make it to the pinnacle of your profession, be rich as shit, be this quote-unquote high-value man, and be struggling to get bitches. To the point that you're actually taking a relationship serious with a Selena Powell. I remember this shit. I covered a lot of this shit on Blunt Talk with LT. Akademiks got on a bunch of streams and tried to rebrand and revise his history, pretty much, of what happened with him and Selena. But he was pretty much claiming that and trying to propel her. And what the fuck?
His friend. Yes, I repeat, this is DJ Akademiks' little piece that he used to fuck on. And she's talking about how she was fucking on his best buddy, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Oh, that's kind of gross and embarrassing. Is that normal shit nowadays? Like, that's cool? Let me know. Like, maybe I don't get out enough. Shout out to Junior Papali, sends in support. Let me go ahead and catch up on these super chats real quick. We're going to get back to this roast. This nigga's pathetic. Fucking on this little slut bitch. And the funny thing is, when I was doing the research for this video, I typed in the name Selena Powell because people were like, hey, check out Selena Powell. He bought the hoe a G-Wagon. What? Say it ain't so. I type in Selena Powell. First link comes up is Brazzers. The fuck? Holy. I click it. This bitch is a whole porn actress. I see the boy right here. I see him. I'm like, oh, he about to interview this hoe. This ain't porn. The next thing you know, this broad is bobbing on the BBC. I'm like, what the fuck kind of shit is this? So he's dealing with actual porn actresses who have such low morals that she's on here talking proudly.
Now, I didn't even know about the G-Wagon until today, but this is from October 30th, 2020. DJ Akademiks buys Selena Powell a G-Wagon. This was published by Hot New Hip Hop, and there's even receipts with the Instagram posts with Selena Powell sitting on top of the G-Wagon saying, my man said, fuck a Birkin and got me a 2020 G-Wagon. She added Akademiks saying, baby, what the fuck? Thank you so much. I'm crying. I love you. And then Akademiks said, you're welcome. You deserve it. Every raggedy bee got a Birkin these days had to get a car suited for a true queen and a boss. Why are the receipts here on this website and everything's Googleable? Anybody can do this right now. Type in Selena Powell Akademiks G-Wagon. Hot New Hip Hop. Hot New Hip Hop is a reputable source where I get a lot of my stories from. Well, I used to get a lot of my stories from for Blunt Talk with LT. It was fake. They did a publicity stunt. Okay. So that's even worse. That's even worse. Do y'all realize how terrible that is? Akademiks, are one of the top hip-hop media sources, is doing all sorts of fake publicity stunts to blow up Selena Powell. Why would he do that? Why would he be looking out for her best interest so much? Wouldn't we call that simping for a thought? She belongs to the street. She lists every rapper she fucks, and then she lies and adds a few of them that she didn't fuck to try to get some more clout. And you're doing all that for this bird? What part of the game is that? You can't erase your history. This is akin to hoes thinking that they can be reborn virgins. If you are a fake nigger and you're doing all sorts of bullshit ass substandard behavior, simp behavior, weak nigga shit, getting buoyed by Soulja Boy and all these other niggas, you can't erase that. And you can't act like you're this new reinvented guy that's running shit. You can't do that. Satan the Sinner, he went through his entire history. Well, not his entire history, just a lot of bad things real quickly in his response. Yo, Marquette definitely got the W in this. And we're still not even done. There's an hour left in this shit. Akademiks, you got to show up to that fight. and take the W. That's the only way you're winning this at this point.
About her sexual behaviors. Now, it used to be that women had some level of shame to where they want to at least pretend.
Yo, I'm still thinking about that, man. Hold on, man. I'm cutting off his points right now, but yo, as a Akademiks, you're like, that's bad. That's bad. That is bad. You ruin your reputation like that all over trying to prop up a thought. Now it's like when we're going to take stories from Akademiks, it's like, was this a publicity stunt? Was this fake? Or are you trying to prop up a rapper with some salacious story? Like, what is going on here? That's not a good look.
You feel me? At least pretend as though they have some level of purity. So if he's dealing with a chick who's indiscriminate in who she sleeps with, so indiscriminate that she would have sex with your best friend. Oh, and it gets worse. Not only having sex with his best friend, but while he's there. Yes, I kid you not. We're going to play that for you. She met Tekashi 6ix9ine through DJ Akademiks, and that same day she met him with Tekashi 6ix9ine and DJ Akademiks together in the room, she ended up fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tito writes, the Caribbean and Africans come to America and copy the swag and culture. And you know what? Low key, the African American is a small ethnic group, but exercises disproportionate influence in global culture. So everybody be trying to copy the African American.
Once again, you can say that about Jamaica. Look how tiny Jamaica is. Jamaica's this tiny island, and look how the global influence Jamaica has. I don't like when people are saying that, yeah, America, yeah, y'all are influential as fuck. Half of Canada, well, Canada mostly focuses on American shit. There's nothing interesting up here. But when it comes to shitting on the Caribbean islands and shit, trying to say they're stealing shit, just remember, Jamaican artists created hip hop. So
some might look down on us, but at the end of the day, we get copied a lot now, don't we? Alex writes, Peace of the Saints, Act messing with the wrong one. Ho, indeed he is. He gonna learn the hard way. And this ain't even a real roast. You feel me? This is light work. You know, it's a real roast when I pull out a PowerPoint. I ain't even pulled out a PowerPoint. I ain't have time. You heard me? I'm trying to manage all these chicks before the billion sends intuition. Osmosis writes, Peace to the Saints. Roast is epic. Okay. Catch up real quick. He writes, Act has to respond. Oh, man, I don't know what he was thinking when he made the first video. I mean, I think he was goofy. And the thing is, I really got to question his relationship with Fresh, because if he would have mentioned this to Fresh was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it, nigga. You sabotaging yourself. It's all bad. Abort mission. Yeah, he's a fucking fool, this Livingston Allen. He's a real fool. Osmosis writes, DJ Ack went out of his way to bring up Fresh. Yes, he did. It wasn't even in context. That's exactly my point. He's talking to Andrew Tate, but he's talking about Fresh. He's interviewing Andrew Tate, but he's asking questions about Fresh.
All right, man. We ain't trying to do all the super chats. He could be asking Andrew
Tate about as many women around the world, except he's asking about Fresh's woman. He writes, completely reaching, even after Andrew expressed wanting nothing to do with it. I agree. If that ain't a snake, what is? Angry Man writes, Akademiks looks like a husky chipmunk, indeed. Michael writes, worth the wait. Oh, yeah, we still got work for him, too. Uber is an accomplishment. And B, he has no level of self-awareness. You're a video gamer, and you're proud of it. When I was in high school, that was some shameful shit. You wanted to be a hooper. You heard me? You wanted to get you some hoes, be a jock, an athlete, a baller, a hustler. You might even be a gangster. Whatever you do, those are things that in the culture people were proud of, but ain't nobody proudly like, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna stay inside today and play Madden. Like, nah, nigga, like that's some shit you keep on the low. Yeah. Don't nobody like be proud of shit like that. None of the above 101 writes #tuition low key, not an academic, is responsible for a lot of deaths during the Chirac wars. Just because he'll do anything for clout. No respect. Oh, indeed. He's the kind of guy that Black Lives Matter should really be focused on. He's a poison.
All right, y'all. I hung in here tough. Pause. Super pause. We're going to wrap this one up. We're probably going to do a part 2 reaction to finish off everything else that he has to say about Akademiks. I'm not dealing with the lag. I want a smooth upload. This is starting to go left. We've been streaming for a while. I'm going to restart the systems. We have another show to run shortly as well. So quick break and we'll be right back. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're gonna do a show in between the part 2 of the Saint in the Center, Ether, and Akademiks. We're gonna do a show in between there. So don't think that this is gonna be the part 2 is gonna be the next thing you see. It'll be something in between. But we definitely gonna come back with part 2. We have an hour left of the Saint in the Center, Cook, and Akademiks. Akademiks he has to hold this L with this one, and I want to see his response because he got challenged straight to the. Hold on. Oh, I don't have the video up anymore. Yeah, he got challenged to the fade. He got challenged to a one-on-one fade. He has to come prepared. He has to come ready. I want to see what his response is to that because he's calling a nigga a bitch-ass nigga. Those are fighting words to some niggas, so you better be prepared to fight. And if you don't, you can't really call people a bitch-ass nigga and can't get aggressive with them. You should stick on the topic. If you're not an aggressive, tough nigga, you should stick on topic. So he definitely got his card pulled. Saint Center had a lot of receipts and a lot of shit to show to go against Akademiks, which Akademiks didn't really have much to say about the Saint in the Center. Claims he doesn't know him. Well, that's probably why you shouldn't say anything in response because you don't have as much ammo as he would have. You've been a public figure a long time. Definitely going to wrap this one up. Make sure you subscribe. Once again, hit that like button if you haven't already. Join the members. We have a discount members. What do we call these things? A level on the membership. Whatever the fuck we call them, man. Whatever we call them. We out. Yeah. Nah, man, this was a long stream. I need a meal, fam. Niggas gotta eat.
Come on, man.
Shout out to the chat.